Pepsi is... do I even have to say it? TLDR, Pepsi was firstly founded in 1893 as bread drink before becoming the one and only Pepsi in 1961. The brand itself became a household name and it didn't take too long for anyone to know about it. It appears in movies and even some sports. They are everywhere. It was so famous that even Pepsi themselves offered a Harrier jet for those who drink enough Pepsi to collect points, and even someone tried to sue Pepsi for not giving him the prize. Now the 90s is a bizarre time, and I love it, I miss it so much, but either way, Pepsiman is a whole different story. Here's a little history. Back in the 90s, someone at the Japanese branch of the Pepsi is like, "Hey, Pepsi is so popular. Yeah, they are heroes being featured in video game, so let's make ours one as well. You got any idea?" Yes, Pepsi Man! And thus, Pepsi Man is created. This thing really scares me. He got no face, he's tall, and he delivers Pepsi to make people happy.
Stop it. Get some help.
The mascot was so famous in Japan. Many commercials, including some that doesn't make sense. And he was so famous that they would decide to bring him into the world of video game. He first appeared in a Sega arcade game fighting vipers, only in the Japanese version. Even though Pepsi is a household name in US, but they still wouldn't do that. No big loss anyway. Then in March 4th, 1999, Pepsi Man one and only game was released exclusively on PlayStation 1, developed by Kid, aka Kendall Imagine Develop, that is notorious for making the shoujo games. I wonder what that is. Okay, go back! So that's the short history of Pepsi Man. No need to thank me. So the game starts off with an intro showing a guy buying a Pepsi from a vending machine. Point of view, you are a Japanese doing research on the citizen of American.
Everybody's very fat, everybody's very stupid, and everybody's very rude.
It's not a holiday program, it's the truth. He then drinks it before looking into the can, as if there's something free gift inside. Pepsiman! God, why am I singing it? So yeah, the guy drank that Pepsi, and let's just say he was never the same ever again. Okay, he's getting himself a cold Pepsi. Wait. Hey, dude, stop! See what I mean? After the cutscene, the game then starts with its first stage, and this is where the gameplay begins. Controls are pretty simple. Move left or right with the D-pad, X to jump, square to select, and circle to dash, which the game doesn't even tell you. You are a f***ing prick. The controls for the most part are pretty responsive, as I never have too much of a problem controlling Pepsi Man. The game focuses on 2D perspective, where you just have two directions to worry about as the game accelerates on its own. Definitely not tempo run, but even so, the game is far from being a cakewalk. Each level contains a bunch of obstacles that are always in your way, and it's up to you to overcome them. You better overcome them because everything, and I mean every single thing, are out to kill you. I mean, look at this. How do you call yourself a hero when you can't even handle the smallest thing on humanity? I'm very astounded. You proclaim yourself as a hero, but here you are, falling to your failure. You don't just run aimlessly, because the game has a twist. In some of the levels, the game switch up the gameplay. You could be running on a trash can, which makes you unable to stop your momentum and you only can keep going forward. And also, you are stuck in a trash can, which inverts the control, which makes the game even worse. And when I mean worse, I mean the game becomes harder. I like this mechanic. It adds variety to the game instead of the default mechanic. The game as a whole is basically just that. Run to the end before the time runs out, reach the checkpoint, and remember, your reaction and skills will play the key factor to victory. Always remember those two words. Even when you're sleeping, when you're typing, or when you're doing nothing. Each location contains 3 stages, with 2 of them telling you to traverse through, with the third one being a boss fight, where you are being chased. Definitely not Crash Bandicoot or Pac-Man World. Stage 1. So apparently the vending machine ran out of Pepsi and this poor guy can't deliver them due to puncture and people are going insane. So you have to be the one that delivers it. Anyway, you run through the neighborhood full of idiots. Dumpster trucks drop their trash everywhere, construction workers doing their stuff, and you run through someone's house. Sorry, this is my property now. You continue running around the housing area and eventually found yourself towards the city, trying to escape this mess. Wait, city? Escape. Wait, definitely not what I'm thinking. Woohoo! Oh no! Running around at the speed of coke. Got places to go, gotta follow my broadcast. And when you think you are safe, you then get chased by a large Pepsi can. I mean, that's where you are from. Why are you running? Why? So we got back to this guy that says we did pretty good.
You're doing pretty good. Have a Pepsi.
Alright, if you say so. You know what? No thanks. I'll just have my Mountain Dew over here. Oh wait, never mind. Stage 2. Looks like some people are trapped in a building caught on fire. So instead of getting the firemen to do the ideal thing, they end up calling for Pepsiman. So why even have firemen in the first place? Why even have any personnel work in the first place? Pepsiman as the police, Pepsiman as the accountant, Pepsiman as the world. You know, like Larry from The Amazing World of Gumball. Anyway, you start off by running into the midst of chaos, construction site, sewer because why not, train station, and eventually top of the building just to give them Pepsi, while the building is still on fire. Yay, let's all drink Pepsi and die together, this is fine. Then you get chased by a truck. At least it's not a Pepsi can.
How does anyone find that funny? I mean, seriously, how does anyone find that funny?
Stage 3, a plane has to make an emergency landing. Good news is that no one are injured, but bad news, they all want Pepsi. Motherfucking Pepsi. Picture this, you are stranded in the middle of a desert. You are thirsty, but instead of finding water, you decide to drink something to make you feel much worse. Let me ask you, would you feel better that way? Comment below. These people make me lose hope in humanity. Anyway, the stage requires you to run on a highway. Definitely not Crash Bandicoot once again. Motorcycle chase after you. Trucks minding their own business, and a bunch of wooden logs rolling onto the road. Wouldn't it be dangerous for the other drivers? Does anyone even care anymore? Pepsi man, you are a failure. And then you face off against the boss. This is why you don't take shock, folks. You know, Pepsi Man, you already gone through this twice. Wouldn't you think about just moving aside to stop getting chased? No? Fuck you, Pepsi Man.
Pepsi for pizza.
Pepsi for pizza? If it's not pineapple pizza, then your opinion is wrong. Anyway, on to the final stage of the game. Thank you very much. It turns out the main computer that generates Pepsi has gone insane, and you guessed it. Instead of finding someone who's good at fixing it, they hire Pepsi Man. Everyone are fucking useless. Seriously, look at this! In what world people are so desperate for Pepsi that if they can't have it, the city will become a big mess? Cars are driving all over the place, people are dead on the ground, signboards are dropping everywhere. Is this supposed to be a normal civilization? It's even worse than Raccoon City. Honestly, I am very astounded by what I'm looking at. Humans have reached a point where they've done too much damage, and now they are on their own demise. Forget climate change, Pepsi is a real deal here. Oh my gosh. This is just depressing, man. People relying on Pepsi just to keep hydrated. It's like they'll have depression, and instead of getting the medic, they instead drink a bunch of Pepsi because they felt the sudden sugar rush flowing through their blood will make them much happier and forget everything, even if it's only momentarily. This is a pitiful sight, but since I can't change your opinion, let's get back to the game. You eventually arrive at the facility where you have to go through the worst level in the entire game. As if the conveyor belt isn't bad enough, you have to deal with big boxes, bottomless pit, and a strict time limit of all the things. Oh, come on. Damn it! I can't do it! Sorry, I can't do it! I'm done! Anyway, you beat the game, this guy jumps around happily as if you're part of any TV game show, and the credits roll. And that is Pepsi Man, a bizarre yet somewhat fun game for PlayStation 1. But what's not fun is what I've gone through. It's even worse when you think about the game much deeper. The whole f***ing city is in jeopardy. There are fire everywhere, construction are all over the place, the worker does not care at all about the safety. There seems to be no sign of hope. Ground zero. Everyone are so dependent on Pepsi that if they can't drink it, they can't operate normally. It's like Pepsi is a tradition that have been passed down by their ancestors. Even in school, the students were taught to drink Pepsi. If not, they will fail their tests. Even when you graduated, you still need to drink Pepsi to not look down by the society. What kind of world is this? It is as bad as the alien invasion in Metal Black. Lifeless Earth along with one-sided dominance, which makes it hard for one hero to turn things around. Just pick your poison. It's your fault. Why you gotta do this? Why? Anyway, I'm gonna finish you off. I'll clear that later. But for now, I'm gonna have time for this game. Have a wonderful holiday, everyone.